I am going to demonstrate how to use Quick Start to configure BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management, CLM that is, so end users can provision virtual machines. When using Quick Start, there are two basic approaches. One uses VMware and a vCenter server. The other approach uses Amazon EC2. In this video, I'm going to focus on the vCenter approach. To perform a procedure like the one I'm going to demonstrate, you'll need certain information. The name of the vCenter server you want to use, the name of the VM template on that vCenter server, an RCD agent must be installed on the VM template. You'll need to know the virtual clusters, virtual hosts, virtual resource pools, and data stores for the vCenter server. You'll need VLAN and other network information for the vCenter server, and you'll need to log on to CLM as the cloud administrator. For a full list of all the information required for Quick Start, see the help for BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management. First, I launch CLM, the administration console. Then I open Quick Start. I select Add vCenter Connectors. I click Add New. I enter a location for the data center. I accept the default value of HTTPS for Web Service Protocol. For vCenter hostname, I enter the name of the vCenter server I'm using. This is the vCenter server I set up beforehand. I enter the port number for the web service interface to the vCenter. I enter the username for the administrator on the vCenter. And finally, the administrator's password. Then I click Save. Quick Start processes the connection information I just entered by instructing BMC Server Automation, that is BSA, to configure a virtualization connection and to run a distribute custom object job. Quick Start refreshes the cache in CLM and performs some other tasks. This all typically takes 3 to 5 minutes, so thanks to the magic of video, we will jump ahead to the next step. It took Quick Start less than 3 minutes to finish processing the connection information. When it's done, it displays the Create Network Pod page, where I define a network pod, as it's called in CLM and BMC Network Automation. So I click Add Network. While I wait for a port group to load, I can enter an alias, which will be used to create tags in CLM, enter a gateway, a network, and a subnet mask. Click Management. Unlike regular CLM and BNA where you're designing a network, this information identifies a network that already exists. The port group information is loaded now, so I select the port group and I click Save. Quick Start is creating the network pod. We can watch the progress of this activity by clicking View Events. To confirm a network pod creation, I can go into regular CLM, click Resources, click Pods, and you can see a network pod has been created that has the same name as the vCenter server. Now I go back into Quick Start. Now we're going to create a vCenter environment. So I click Add vCenter Environments, click Add New, enter a name for the environment, a description, and I select the vCenter server that we previously identified. Click Next. I select the compute pool on the vCenter server. Click Next. I select the storage pool. Click Next. Wait a few moments while Quick Start processes that information, and then we're ready to enter container level network information. I click Add New, enter an alias, a gateway, network, subnet mask, and select the port group. I click Save, and Quick Start begins to unload resource pools, create tags and policies, and take several other actions. We can watch the progress of the environment creation by clicking View Events. And if we wait a bit, the environment has been created. We can confirm this activity by leaving Quick Start and clicking Resources. You can see the compute pools that have been named beginning with QS1. Click Resources. You can see the clusters have been onboarded. Now I'm going to create services, which are offerings that users choose in a service catalog when they're provisioning virtual machines. I click Add Services from VM Templates, click Add New. I give a name to the service that we're creating, a description, select the vCenter server that we've been using all along. I select the VM template. BSA derives these templates from the vCenter server. For Windows virtual machines, I have to enter the key to the operating system license, including hyphens. And for admin password, I enter the password for the administrative user on the virtual machine you're going to provision. I click Next. Now I'll select the default values for CPU count and memory. For price, I'll enter $1 per day. Now I need to add a NIC. I click Add New. I select Management. And then I click Save. Quick Start begins creating service blueprints, a service offering, requestable offering, onboarding templates, and taking other actions. When you see the green check, it indicates services have been created. Now you can create tenants and users. Now we're going to add a tenant. I click Add Tenants and Entitlements. Click Add New. Enter a name for the tenant, a location. I select an environment, that's the environment we created earlier, and an entitlement, which is the service that we created earlier, and click Save. Quick Start creates the tenant, maps the tenant to a container and a service offering, applies tags so the policies all line up, and creates locations. This is usually very quick. Now we add users. Click Add Tenant Users. Click Add New. Enter a first name for the user, a last name, login name, password for the user, a role. In this case, it's going to be Cloud End User, and a tenant company, which is the company we created earlier, or the tenant we created earlier, and click Save. Now to actually provision a new virtual machine, we log out and we log back in with the user we just created. Select My Cloud Services Console. Click the Service Catalog tab. Click the service we created earlier. And you see we have the capability of submitting a provisioning request.